You want to know how to use AI for your own benefit, how to excel at your career, improve your business, get more leads, get more business, streamline some operations, and you've been watching a lot of videos either here on YouTube or just browsing the web. And there's a lot of abstract concepts that don't really make sense for you, and you see these flashy new AI agents that do stuff on your behalf, and you think, how can I implement this for myself? You've maybe tried to piece out some of those technology and agents yourself, but you seem to be struggling with that. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the 7 different levels of AI technology that are available, and some are yet to come. But more than that, I'm going to walk you through how you can implement it for yourself, for your business, for your career, depending on the stage and level you're currently at. Because if you're starting from 0, you can't start at level 5, just like a bodybuilder doesn't necessarily follow the same protocol as a beginner. So I'm going to show you the practical business board. So whether you're working for a company or it's your own business, there's going to be processes within that business that you can streamline yourself. I'm going to just share my screen, show you the board, walk you through, and just give you some ideas of systems that we've seen work very well in 2025, and they're going to work even better in the upcoming year. So without further ado, first we have the rule-based AI systems. They're just a simple version of if that happens, then we do that. So for example, to put it in a practical perspective, if you're advertising and you're doing content on Instagram, and if somebody does a comment under one of your posts, you can set a rule-based trigger that as soon as somebody sends an exact comment, they would be sent an automation with a link to a resource directly into their inbox. You could do the same via email, via texting, depending on the different engagement level that people have with your business, whether they're clicking on the link in your email or clicking on your website on some pages. You can set up rule-based automations. What I see though is that a lot of businesses try to skip that part and they don't have any infrastructure established. And here we're talking simple email automations, autoresponders as soon as somebody opts in to start receiving information on a regular cadence, as soon as they request information for you to get back to them in an efficient manner. So the rule-based information could be applied to many things. So for example, in paid advertising, as soon as somebody opts in to request more information for your services, you can set up rule-based systems to immediately send them that information via text, email, SMS, WhatsApp, any other channel. You can use it for doing post boosting and prompt people to comment below. It's a non-friction way, as they don't have to go to your website and fill out information, and it simply removes a step because comment down below and I'm going to send you. This is type of marketing that works tremendously well both on LinkedIn, Instagram, even on Facebook. So if you're running those types of campaigns, you can get leads very effectively and very efficiently. You can also do the direct offer ads, meaning that if they opt in for something, they will be immediately prompted to go to a second page where they can start getting reminders to book an appointment with your business or purchase your products and services. Now, the second level of AI is the context awareness and retention. So for example, if a lead opts in for your product, services, information, and somehow lands on your website, and you have a system where you organize that data, whether it's your CRM, whether it's your backlog of your Shopify store, your CRM, Salesforce, HubSpot, Go High Level, Well Grow, doesn't really matter, but you're going to be able to see the chain of communication and which are the channels they've consumed the information on. So if they're coming in from YouTube or LinkedIn or Instagram, you're going to have that information prior sending them communication. And now, having that information, you're able to send them contextual content that makes sense for them and they can directly apply and get value out of. For example, if somebody opted in to receive information about a specific part of your service, you're going to be able to follow up and prompt them to buy that specific service without overwhelming them with generic information about all your other offerings. And many times I see businesses put all of the people that come through, no matter what promotion, in under one bucket and hope to get value out of it, whereas AI really helps you start personalizing those communication channels and being able to effectively and easily craft content to match the desires and the needs of the people that come to our stuff. The next level of AI is domain-specific mastery. You could have specific AIs to support different needs, and the most visual example would be the GPTs from ChatGPT. They're trained on specific knowledge base, specific industry, specific task, and they help you craft better content, reply to certain emails. The applications here are numerous, but these are the most direct ones that I'm sure most of you are familiar with because you've used ChatGPT in a practical way. And if you use the generic version of it, the answers that it comes up with are not so great. And if you use the GPTs, it's a lot better. Does it have a practical example as far as improving your business? Absolutely. You could have a content marketing GPT that is helping you just with that. You could have newsletter GPT, you can have an email compiler, you could have YouTube video transcriber and analyzer, you can have a sales call analyzer where you just post the transcript of each and every call, and then the GPT would give you feedback on how you can improve. So the applications there are numerous, but the only problem is that it would require manual input, and the only benefit you would get from the AI is to actually get the feedback from it, which brings us now to number 4, where things get really interesting, and that's the birth of ChatGPT and its thinking and reasoning. Now with ChatGPT, we're able to take information, pass it over to the AI, and have it reason, think over it based on parameters we've set, and come back with an action, with an input, or just information if that's something we've prompted. And this is where the application of AI and the topic became so trendy, because we see real life application for different businesses and different needs. And we've seen some of the agents that have been very limited before that are now working tremendously well. And I'm just going to share a couple of examples. One would be setting up an AI chatbot or text agent, and those agents can reply on all of your social media channels. That's Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, texting, live widget on your website, or it can even do database reactivation. The beautiful thing about those agents are that they can be powered by either ChatGPT or Claude, which is a little bit more natural in terms of how it sounds and interacts with people. They can follow certain objectives because they're going to be trained on your business. So if you want to extract certain information from the people you're talking to, or you want to use it for customer support and you want to extract the information such as their customer order number or information you would need prior making a decision, you can totally do that. You can train them on your knowledge base, and you can add multiple different prompts, which takes us back to level 3, which is domain-specific mastery. You could have multiple agents stacked against the objectives of that prompt. So for example, you can have a neurolinguistic programming agent that is specifically trained on how to talk to the people. Then you might have a social selling agent that follows specific examples of sales techniques that have been proven to work very well in the past. And you could also have a consultative selling agent that knows how to handle the conversation. And all of those are matched against the objectives of the agent that is usually trying to either book people in or solve their problem. If it's a customer agent, there's numerous applications, but this is what I have illustrated here. It could update your CRM on your behalf and update the contacts. And the beautiful thing here is that now with the AI agents, you have access to different tools. You can extract information such as location, availability, and you can do a lot more things without requiring manual input from you. You could follow up as much as you want. You can do text rescheduling, cancellations, and we've seen businesses leverage that in massive ways. And you can watch a video here on my channel where I can show you a live demo of how that agent works. The second application would be a voice agent, which is very similar. Now, through the Contextual AI, we're able to take information from voice, transcribe it through the different providers. I'm not going to go too technical here, but we pass that information over a trained GPT that extracts the information we need, passes it back to text, transcribes it in real time, and through a platform such as 11 Labs, replies real time. And with the new models that have just launched with 11 Labs, the latency between the calls is less than a second. So if you're talking to the AI, it would seem like a natural conversation. Obviously, it's not perfect yet. There's some nuances and mistakes that the AI does, and it usually works great for shorter calls up to 5 to 10 minutes. But within a matter of months, I'm very confident that you'll be able to have a full-blown sales conversation just through AI. And the way it works there is very simple. You collect data from your website, Facebook, Instagram, or any other scraper provider. That really depends on how you've acquired the data. There are some regulations, but make sure you check with your country, your state. I don't want to state any claims here and say here's what you can and can't do, because things are constantly evolving. It's a very new industry, and use cases are just happening as we're on the go. So things might completely change in a month from now. But we take that data and pass it over to the voice agent, who would now have contacts, and they would be able to call you with your first name, with information that you've already submitted, and have a human-like conversation that's personalized and again is trained on specific objectives. And there's multiple tools that allow people like you and me to have access to them at a fraction of a cost of an enterprise solution and be able to build those agents so even small businesses can benefit out of those and save themselves some money because the job market has been tremendously tough, especially with the inflation, with the stagnation and the spending in the economy. Most businesses struggle to find admin staff and support to handle a lot of the operational tasks within the business, and that costs them a lot of money because essentially every conversation nowadays either goes through social media, through texting, phone, email, and you need somebody to be actually replying to those, and having voice agents and text agents to do that on your behalf is super awesome. You can do follow up on different channels, again, WhatsApp, SMS, email. You can do conversational booking in your calendar, check availability. And that's for the AI text and voice agent. Another great application would be if we're extracting leads from different platforms. So let's say we're scraping websites such as Apollo, where we're taking data of decision makers, or LinkedIn, or Indeed, we're scraping job postings. We're using tools such as Apify. And through ChatGPT and Perplexity, we can clean up the data, organize it, and add personalization. And we can then store that data over to our CRM, whether it's HubSpot, Salesforce, Will Grow, Go High Level, doesn't really matter. And then we can pass that information over to either the voice agent, who will then call them and have a conversation based on the information we extracted. Or even better, if we have an even established report, we can set up a cold outreach campaign that would personalize every single email and come up with a relevant proposal that matches both their needs and the services you offer. For example, they have a specific job posting of a service that you could offer and are looking to hire somebody in-house, but you come in with a solution that you can install into their business and provide it as a third-party provider, and you can do it more cost-effectively because they avoid the hiring cost, the onboarding cost, and a lot of the things that are involved with getting employees. So this is an example of how you could do it. And you can set up an agent that would take that information, run research on every prospect, so it could match their company and their personal name. It would research open source platforms that have that data publicly available, such as X, or Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Perplexity, which essentially scrapes the information that exists on Google real time, and organize it with ChatGPT to come up with relevant personalization and do that at scale. And then you can have an email composer agent that, again, you can train with domain specific agents and give it enough context to make sure that our messages are relevant, they're not coming off as spam. And then we can use tools such as Instantly, Smartly, Rich Inbox to actually reach out to those people and acquire new clients. And this is one of the most effective systems we've seen because the spray and pray approach is no longer working in 2025. So you got to be very smart about how you approach marketing. You can no longer have all your existing leads and customers under one list and just send them your monthly newsletter and expect to get results. People nowadays are expecting higher quality of service, higher quality of information that is specifically serving the problems they have. And with AI and a few simple agents, you're able to do that. And once somebody replies on your outreach and communication messages, you can have an AI inbox monitoring agent that looks for intent, whether it was a positive conversation, negative one, whether they requested more information, and it could send you updates real time on WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, Google Sheets, whatever is the channel, and it can even prompt them to book an appointment with you. So these are just a few examples that are very practical and you can apply even today for your business. And the next level, which is almost here, up and coming, is the AGI. And for those of you who are not familiar with the term, it's artificial general intelligence, meaning that the AI is getting a lot smarter than it is now and is able to do a lot more tasks. And as you can see, up until now, the AI is very good at doing narrow specific tasks, but in the future, the AI would have enough information and enough context that you'll be able to use it just as ChatGPT, and it will have context on all the information about your business, all the essential tasks. But as of now, it's still not there. But what's existing and what you could do as level 4 above just having voice, text agents, different workflow and automations for creating content, you can now design or orchestrate AI employees. The technology is here already. So as an example, you can have an AI director that you send the information to and request, and it then passes it over to operational assistant and operational agent that has access to your calendar to coordinate different meetings. It has access to an executive assistant that can do research on your behalf. But then there's different AI agents that are trained specifically on parts of your business. So for example, you could have an AI website agent, and under the AI website agent, you can have an AI blog writer, And under the AI block writer, you might have an SEO agent, research agent, chat agent, and visual designer agent that all specialize in that core topic. And the way it's going to work is that as you pass over an order over to the COO, it's going to pass it over to the website agent, then the block writer, and then it will coordinate the 4 different agents to come up with a solution that will go up all the way to the chain of command for approval, but it's going to receive feedback in the meantime that's only going to give you output that is worth looking at, because as of now, we're the ones that have to prompt the AI. We're the ones that have to look at the information. We're the ones that have to analyze it. And if you're not technical, if you don't really understand how to prompt AI, it could come off as a tedious process. And also, you might see that AI is not very effective in terms of the outputs you're getting. And that often comes down to few factors. AI is very good at mimicking already working process. So you don't feed it good enough data, the output you're going to get is not there. And second, just the volume of input you're going to have also will dictate the level of results you're going to get. So for example, if you have an SEO agent and you list out the number 10 articles that are ranked on Google right now, and you use them as an example, and you explain why they're ranked number 1 and what are the criteria it's going to look for, you will for sure have an agent that will look for those parameters, and when crafting content for you, will take it into account. So that's why you need an AI agents that are specific to the different channels. And I'm sure you've seen it here on YouTube. Content marketing AI agent that does everything for me. And it's great to do a demo video and rack up 100,000 views. But as far as practical application goes, what I would really suggest is that if you have a specific use case, I would build an agent just for that use case. And now that sounds like a crazy concept as it's a lot of work. Every single agent would require a lot of prompting, a lot of building, but that's why it's called AI transformation. Every company would need to start at zero and establish some base workflows and automations. Then it would leverage AI for production and the content creation part. And then you evolve and produce enough meaningful income within your business or career, or have resources to invest, you can start deploying more of those agents. There's companies that already have leveraged some of those, and there's, obviously the billion-dollar conglomerates. They're going to be the first one to leverage that. But the beautiful thing is that you and me both have access to that. And if you're watching this and you're probably wondering what stage your business is at, you're wondering if you could apply some of those solutions, you've been hearing the buzzwords about AI, this is exactly what we help with WellGrow. We help small businesses install automation, AI agents, and systems to practically increase their revenue by having systems that bring them more leads, more business. And you can book a free AI audit below. We'll chat and see how we can do those for you. Now let's move on to the next part. If you have a marketing agent, you can have one that's for LinkedIn, landing page creator, social media, ads manager, CRM integrator, and essentially under every agent, you would have multiple agents trained on the specific tasks within the flow. And even for the emails, because it's a very visual example, since everybody uses email, if you have a sequence builder, you would want to have an agent that specifically knows what's a good cadence of a communication, modeling the best practices of the best brands out there that have already proven the path for us. Then you might want to have an AI subject line optimizer to make sure that your emails actually get open. You might want to have an AI personalization agent that you feed with data that comes directly from your CRM. So if somebody opts in from paid advertising, content marketing, from organic content you're doing, whether it's local SEO, Google My Business, search directories, or even YouTube content you're doing, or you might have a referral partner that's feeding you business, you have that context and information to pass over to that agent to be able to personalize the content that they receive in their inbox. And then you might have an AI email analytics agent that will analyze everything that's happening real time and give you feedback on how it can improve. And it will pass that information over to the marketing agent and all the way up to the director. So next time you are crafting email, it will already have that information and context stored. So it's not going to repeat the same mistake, and it will get smarter and smarter, but you need to have enough data to feed it. You could apply that to any vertical within the business, whether it's sales, whether it's HR. I think by this point, get the idea and the concept of how it works. In the next videos, my idea is to take every function of the business, essentially paid advertising, content marketing, partnerships, and organic, and walk you through how I would implement systems like those to automate and amplify the stuff I'm doing with AI. So if you're not subscribed yet to the channel, make sure you do that. I'm going to try to do a lot more live builds as that's what people demand, but I just wanted to give you a big picture overview, as I often get questions about, I'm just starting out with AI. Can I have these AI agents installed? But the reality is that most of the businesses that come to us and reach out, they don't even have the baseline established. So we got to really start with setting up your CRM, setting up the basic workflows, setting up the rule-based AI systems first, then making them context aware by collecting enough data and by putting enough people through the system so we can get measurable information to design those AI agents and then train a domain-specific mastery agent to then only get to part number 4, which is have the AI chat agent to reply to your leads and have the voice agent book appointments, answer customer queries. And then the next level, which would be the AGI, essentially you might not have to do the piecing together of all the agents, but platforms such as Relevance AI, Lizer, they allow you to build those agents just as of now. And even platforms such as Make and Zapier.com, they allow you to do that. It's not very cost effective as it costs a lot of credits, but depending on the use case, the business margins, and the utility you might get out of it, just replacing one vertical in your business could mean a lot of savings on a yearly basis. And then the next final levels that are not yet here is the artificial superintelligence, which will be the level where AI now is able to train on itself and feed itself data, analyze, and it will create a self-fulfilling loop that it gets better every single day, something that our brains can't process. But essentially, you're not going to be the one giving it information. It will be vice versa. The AI will know exactly what to do, why it does it, and you'll be just given the reasoning behind it, and you just have to sit and watch of how it orchestrates. And then the final boss and the final level would be predictive agents. And based on things they observe, they'll be able to handle different tasks and create patterns because AI is very systematic and to be able to spot how things are moving. But I don't want to talk about this as it's purely speculation. Even though there are videos on the web, things are evolving by the day and they're changing super quick. But if you're a business owner, these are the 4 more practical ways you can apply it. Start with rule-based AI system, context-aware and domain-specific mastery. Create a couple of GPTs, use tools such as Poppy AI, use tools such as Make.com to create agents that handle specific tasks within your business. And once you have enough of a lead flow or maybe a past database of clients that you want to reactivate, you can then use AI chat and voice agents to handle those. And then obviously, as you start scaling your company, you can start building these use case specific agents that manage entire departments. Hopefully you found this video helpful. And if you did, make sure you comment down below. What are some of the applications you've seen for yourself and for your business? And if you want to see how to build Alex Hormozi's $100 million sales process using AI, click the video right here.